Okay, so here is the cardigan with two of the hexagons. They're already folded in half. So if I unfold it, that's what it looks like. It looks like a hexagon with 6 points, right? To fold it in half, you're just going to go from one corner to the next corner and fold it in half. Hang on. Okay, and you're going to fold it in half, and then the whole thing is going to fold into this L shape. Okay, that's how we do it. Whenever I fold mine, this was the last round. That's the tail that needs to be sewn in. This is where my seam of chain threes is. I can see it. Some people can't see it. I just like to fold mine along that side, okay? So that when your jacket is all finished, the seam is under your arm, or we're gonna do it this way, down the side of your jacket. It's not on the front, it's not on the back, it's hidden in the sides. Okay, and now with a different color, I'm gonna show you how I join the back together, or how I joined the back of this one that I'm wearing. I'm gonna start from the bottom. You can start from the top, but while it's folded over, the top two pieces, we're just going to single crochet twice in each hole, chain 2 to skip over the granny clusters, and then 2 single crochets in here. Okay, and I'll sit here and go ahead and start that. So grabbing my 2 pieces, I'm just going to single crochet twice, chain 2, and single crochet into both panels, chain 2, and then single crochet twice, chain 2, single crochet twice, chain 2, and you can attach this however you like. This just seems to be the quickest way, and I like to do everything quick. So, and that's how I joined the back of this one that I'm wearing, and that's it. So I'll cut my yarn, but this is the inside of your jacket and this is the outside. So you'll just see these little dots. I'll call them little dots that run up the back where it's seamed together. If you don't want that visible, you could use this same color to join. I just did this so you could see it. Okay, so I flipped it over so it's still inside out, but this is the back, this is the front. Now I'm going to stitch up the sides to close the top of the sleeve and the shoulder. But I'm going to do it just like I did this one. So I'm going to leave these 2 spaces open on each side. Okay, now that all of that is done, I will turn it inside out. You can stop here if you want, but I am gonna play around and decrease the sleeves so that they're cinched like this. Okay, so for the sleeves, we're just wanting to decrease them. So I'm just going to work a half double crochet. I'm going to skip a space and work a half double crochet. Skip a space, work a half double. Skip a space, work a half double in the next. And I'm just going to do this all the way around, just working a half double, skipping a space, working a half double. There's usually never a rhyme or reason to how I decide to decrease. I just do it. And I will try to make sure that whatever I'm doing on this sleeve, I'm doing on the next sleeve. So if you need to write it down, because I'm only going to probably do about 3 rounds. I'm just going to hope I remember. And then I'll just slip stitch to join. So now you can see that the sleeve has come in a little bit. I'm going to chain 1, and I'll do a half double crochet in that first stitch. I'm going to skip the next one. So I'm going to do this again, skipping 1 stitch and working a half double crochet into every other stitch. Because it's just making the sleeve hole a little bit smaller, the cuff a little bit smaller. So then when you get back to the end, just slip stitch to join. Just slip your arm through and see if you like the size of that cuff, if you want it any tighter. So now I'm going to do my front post, back post. So I will go around here, and around that first stitch I will do a front post, half double crochet, and then a back post, and then a front post and a back post, and then slip stitch to join and cut your yarn. So that was 3 rounds, 2 rounds of decreasing, working a stitch in every other space, doing the same thing on the next round, and then I just did front post, back post, double crochets there. So that brought in that little wrist. And I'm going to do it again on the other side. Okay, and now I am going to make this thing longer. So from the bottom, I'm going to join my yarn again. Chain 3 counts as my first double crochet, and I'm just going to put 1 double crochet at the end of the row here. Don't forget the chain 1, and then work a cluster in the next hole. Chain 1, work a cluster in the next hole, and you're going to do this all the way down. And when you get to the end, work 2 double crochets, chain 3, turn your work. That chain 3 is your first double crochet, plus 1 is your skip. And into that very first space, work 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, and do that all the way down the row. And when you get to the end, chain 1, and in the top of that chain 3 from the last row, you'll work your double crochet. Now chain 3 and turn your work, and into this same hole, that first hole, work a double crochet. So now you've got your 2 stitches, chain 1, and keep going. And that's it.